Good afternoon and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium here in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the first game of a three-game set between the Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans. I'm Perry Mourtzinos alongside Ethan Sommers, and we are happy to call this game for you guys today in a game that was originally supposed to start at 6 p.m. tonight but has been pushed up with the possibility of rain. Michigan State coming into today's game with a 5-game winning streak, including a Big Ten sweep over Ohio State last weekend. Ethan, how do the Wolverines have to attack the Spartans today?
Well, this Spartan team coming in, the hottest team in Big Ten play, 6 straight wins in conference play. Michigan, though, enters this series just 1 game back of the Spartans in the Big Ten standings at an 8-10 record in conference. This is a big rivalry series for the Wolverines as well as the Spartans. They look to keep up their hot winning streak. They've been great at the plate and on the mound. Their bullpen's been consistent over their winning streak, just coming off a series sweep over Ohio State. Michigan, they're going to need some consistent pitching out of the bullpen, something that they've struggled with, as well as some good run scoring, and hitting with runners in scoring position is going to be the key for a series win and a win in game 1 here against the Spartans. But a beautiful day for baseball. Happy to be here, and hopefully we avoid some of this rain coming in late with the moved up start time. We're just about getting ready here.
Absolutely. The clouds don't look too ominous right now, but I don't know if you checked the weather, Ethan, but it's looking like it's going to pour here in 3 to 4 hours. So hopefully for the Wolverines, they can get some quick work from their starting pitcher here today, Kurt Barr. Michigan coming in from this one after beating Bowling Green 9-2 on Tuesday. 3 home runs, including 1 from Mitch Voigt, which puts him at 8th all-time for Michigan, his 30th home run here as a Wolverine, and also recently named Michigan Spring Athlete of the Year.
Michigan starting Matt Spear at catcher today, behind the dish. Splits time with Noah Miller, but Spear with 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. He's got a power bat and can bring some production on the offensive side of things. So that's the direction head coach Tracy Smith goes in today.
Also starting Jeter Ibarra at short, 6 home runs in his last 16 games, swinging a very, very hot bat. Kurt Barr will have to face a do-up for the Spartans of JT Sokolov, their center fielder, Ryan McKay at second, and Caleb Berry, their catcher, will bat third for the Spartans here this one as the Wolverines are trotting out onto the field as we speak.
Kurt Barr has been one of the better arms for this Michigan squad for not just this season, but last year as well, and doing so once again this season. 3.96 ERA, 4-3. He's appeared in 11. This is his 10th start, and has given up a .249 batting average. So he's been dealing from the hill, and we'll look to continue that performance today, and hopefully go deep into this one. Keep the Michigan bullpen from having to go too deep into their pocket.
Absolutely. On the mound for the Spartans today will be Tate Farquhar, starting his, I believe, 2-0 this season, 14 appearances. Has only started 3 games, though, so Michigan State potentially electing to go with a bit of an opener matchup. But Kurt Barr dealing his warm-up pitches here. The distance, you can see Michigan softball team having a little bit of a practice.
That's always my favorite part about Ray Fisher, and then the hutch across the way, calling a game in either stadium. You get to see what's going on across the way right now, softball practice. Sometimes you can be watching 2 games at once from up here in this press box.
Really, very solid view here from the press box. You got the big house out in right center, Chrysler Stadium out in center field. Kind of comes up of nowhere if you're just riding on State Street.
Yeah, I've done a few softball games, but this is my first time back in Ray Fisher here in 2025, and it's good to be back. You know?
Absolutely, especially on such a nice day for now.
We're able to have the window open.
Yeah, definitely ideal. JT Sokolov, the Hudsonville, Michigan native, stepping into the batter's box to take the first pitch from Kurt Barr here this afternoon. First pitch is up for ball one. JT Sokolov, senior, the 5'10 senior, classic center fielder. As Barr deals, that one's flared out to right field. Jeffries coming in, under it, tracking, out number one for the Wolverines.
Got a high-speed pitch there and was just a little late, a little under it. It's a routine fly ball to right field.
Kurt Barr now facing the lefty McKay. McKay hailing from Clarkstown, Michigan. Sure to be a heavy Michigan native lineup for both teams in this one. As Barr's first pitch to McKay is up for ball one. Kurt Barr, 3.93 ERA here this season. He steps and fires. That one's inside and low, ball two.
McKay leads the team in on-base percentage for the Spartans, gets on base often, and starts this at-bat with an advantage in the count.
2-0 count as Barr's third pitch to McKay is just up. Matt Spear kind of like that one, tried to frame it, but 3-0 count now to McKay. Potentially a take sign up here.
That was close. Big ball call there from the now 3-0. We'll see if he has the green light.
Barr fires. In for strike one. Outside half of the plate there.
McKay looking for a pitch to hit now. 3-1 count. He's going to step in.
Spear setting up outside. Barr deals. That one's fouled back and out of play by McKay. Full count. Pitch coming.
Not to disrupt the full count we've got, but I think I see head coach Sharon Moore over there on down the third baseline.
Yeah. Sharon checking some rivalry weekend baseball. After Michigan's spring game last week, Kurt Barr's pitch almost hit McKay, but that'll be ball for McKay on first base. Number 31, Caleb Berry, Michigan State's catcher. The right-hander up at the plate has one on.
This kid can rake. Batting .348. 28 RBIs.
First pitch is fouled back up out of play. 0-1 counter Berry.
Bad memories, those foul balls. Broke a windshield last year. Made sure I parked far away today.
Yeah, nowhere within 200-foot radius as Burr elects to throw to Barr for a pickoff attempt. McKay slides back safely. McKay does have 11 stolen bases on the year, 73.3 percentage. So certainly a threat on the base path. Barr throws back again. McKay slides back safely again.
Keeping him close. Mitch Voigt hovering over second base, ready to get there if he goes.
Third straight pickoff attempt from Kurt Barr. Barr just fielding it cleanly, not even trying to apply the tag on the sliding McKay. Just trying to keep Ryan McKay honest over there at first. Barr finally elects to deal to Caleb Berry. It's a ball outside, 1-1 count.
One out, a steal would be beneficial for the Spartans. Eliminate that double play opportunity.
Barr fires. That one's good for strike two. 1-2 count now to the catcher, Caleb Berry. Berry thought was outside, checking with Nathan White, the home plate ump. Kurt Barr checking his pitch comm device here, trying to get the signal from Matt Spear. Throws back to first. McKay safely again.
Another healthy lead at first.
Barr fires. That one's fouled to right field by Berry. That one's definitely in danger for a car. Takes one hop. Just missed it in the tailgating area at Ferry Field.
You can't park there if you're coming to a baseball game. I can tell you from personal experience, not worth it. Walk an extra 5 minutes, park a little bit further away.
Barr's pitch, and that's going to be flared out of right for Brain Jeffries. He's going to easily make the play. McKay back to first base safely, and Brain Jeffries has a second putout of the inning.
Nice piece of contact there with 2 strikes. Just right out to right field, and fortunately you can make good contact, but if it goes right towards where the defender's stationed, it's no such luck, but a quality at-bat there.
Sam Bush, the senior first baseman, stepping in for the Spartans. 6'5", 230. Barr threw back over to first. Barr applied the tag. McKay just in slate. That was a little bit closer than we've seen. Barr dealing from the stretch. Fires into Bush. That's strike one right down the middle. Decent crowd here today for the rivalry game, even with the impending rain, but 80 degrees here, feels like 80 degrees. Can't argue with the weather at all. Barr's next pitch is lined over to Mitch White. Second, one hop backhand over to Barr at first for the third out of the inning. And Kurt Barr working around that walk to Ryan McKay. Allows no hits in the first inning, and the Wolverines coming up to bat now.
Yeah, solid showing from Kurt Barr in the first. Couple hard hit outs, but they go down on the scorecard as outs is all that matters. Hit right into the shift there. Mitch Voigt was playing deep at second, and a hard hit grounder. He's able to field it, and Michigan in the right places so far. Now they'll look to get the upper hand in the bottom half and get some runners on base.
Benjamin Casillas will lead off for the Wolverines. Benny Casillas leads the Wolverines in batting average this season. Also was named to the Brooks Wallace Player of the Year Award watch list, which is the nation's top shortstop. So Benny Casillas has been a big part of the Wolverines' success this year. Will be followed in the order by Braden Jeffries with his 2 putouts, and then Mitch Voigt, the other half of that infield duo for the Wolverines. Actually played basketball with Mitch Voigt at the IM one day.
Really?
Mitch
How's
Voigt
his
and
hoop
Cole
game?
Caruso. He's a good player. Athletic freak.
Yeah, he's athletic. Not surprised he can hoop.
Yeah, we need two guys to make 5. It was Mitch Voigt and Cole Caruso. Filled out our squad. We went hot. We went 4-0. And I think Mitch Voigt had to get some padding practice in.
Top of this Michigan lineup, all 3 of their stronger hitters, all batting above 300. 2 of them above 370. Of course, Benjamin Casillas, 414 average. You've got 145 at-bats, and you're batting 414.
Yeah.
You're doing something right.
Absolutely. Especially as a leadoff hitter. Just get on base. Got good hitters
Gets on
behind
base
you.
over half the time.
Unreal.
Such a big advantage for this Wolverine squad, and then he gets backed up by some big-time hitting, especially Mitch Voigt in the 3 slot.
Casillas, the graduate transfer from L.A. Bats right, throws right, steps in. First pitch down and low. Farquhar sporting a 4.82 ERA this year for the sophomore. Dealing with one of the nation's better hitters in Casillas. His second pitch, off speed in for strike 1.
It's a good pitch there. He's going to have to locate and find the strike zone.
Farquhar winds, deals. Lowndes outside for ball 2. Farquhar not throwing with a full windup. Just a simple step back and fire. As that pitch is lined right to third baseman to Seymour. Hit well by Benny Casillas, but unfortunately for him, Randy Seymour just at the right place at the right time for the first out of the inning. Benny Casillas wasn't even a quarter down the first base line. That ball was hit hard. But Farquhar gets the leadoff guy up. Braden Jeffries, the left-handed hitter, now at the dish for the Wolverines. Pitch 1 is in for strike 1. Inside half of the plate. Pitch from Farquhar is inside. A little more inside than the last one. That's going to be ball 1. Jeffries also from the California area, from Valencia, California. Can't say I'm too familiar with the California area. Farquhar fires. That's hit Braden Jeffries. Another line out to Randy Seymour. Sat back, went opposite field with that one, but Randy Seymour busy, having 2 hard hit balls hit right in between the A and the R on his Spartans jersey.
Two loud outs for the Wolverines, the first 2 batters. Hard hit down the third base line, just nice fielding.
Now Mitch Voigt, the junior second baseman, stepping in. First pitch is inside. Second baseman Ryan McKay for the Spartans, basically playing behind second base. Lot of field through the right side of that infield. If Mitch Voigt sees an outside pitch and elects to go that way. Farquhar's pitch is right down the middle. That's down the third base line, gets by Seymour. Mitch Voigt rounds first, deep into the left field gap, is retrieved by Williams, and Mitch Voigt stand up 2-out double.
Nice piece of hitting, ripped on the ground down the third base line. That one uncatchable. Good awareness to realize that's getting to the gap, and he's got speed. Some good wheels on Mitch Voigt, easily standing in second, and some good 2-out hitting there, and now he's in scoring position for Colby Turner. 2 outs, but a base hit anywhere that gets through the infield will probably score Voigt.
Colby Turner, the left fielder, up now, has a runner in scoring position. First pitch from Farquhar is right down the middle. Colby Turner down the right field line and out play. Sean Howard, the third base ump, gesturing widely for a fair ball on Mitch Voigt's double there. Ended up going all the way to the wall.
That was a well hit.
Definitely
pitch
well
there. And just a little late. Curves it foul.
Farquhar checking back at Voigt. Elects to fire to Turner. Turner swings right through it. Strike 2.
Now in a tough spot. Michigan State infield shifted to the left side, so a little poke down that second base gap. That's all he needs here.
Jeter Ibarra on deck. Colby Turner facing an 0-2 count. Farquhar deals. That one's way outside. Ball 1. Smart pitch there by Farquhar, not giving him anything to hit. Mitch Voigt running on contact at second. Farquhar gives him a little look back. Fires to Turner. That's inside. Turner gets a little chopper right down to Randy Seymour at third. Gloves it. Throws over to Sam Bush at first, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning for the Wolverines.
Softly hit. Had a chance to run it out, but not quite. Doesn't quite have the wheels there to get to first base in time.
Michigan will strand 1 runner at second base in the first inning. As we said, we had a little bit of some confusion on when this game was going to be played. Originally scheduled for 6 p.m. today. Thought it would possibly be a doubleheader tomorrow. with Michigan State here for the weekend, then eventually moved up to 4 p.m. today. Probably the right move for the players, for us, for everybody working. It's hard to work a doubleheader.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to get this game in. I heard some rumors throughout the week about a potential doubleheader, and I was not very happy. But then they moved it up, and, you know, we're student broadcasters here.
Yeah.
And had a final today at 1:30. Got that done and headed straight over to the baseball stadium. And here we are for a 4 p.m. start and some good weather.
Can't do anything much better than to head to the baseball field to take your mind off a final for sure.
Exactly. I don't even remember how I did.
Most Michigan students getting ready to head home. Some are heading home this weekend. Most are heading home early next week.
When are you heading home, Perry?
I'm out here on Wednesday. I'm driving back through Toronto.
Wow.
I'm going to visit some family, golf a couple times, and then eventually make it back home to Boston.
Nice. I'm going home Wednesday as well, driving home, driving all the way back to New York.
Saves some money on the flight, saves the hassle with the storage unit.
Yeah, I've always driven here and back, and it's not too bad.
Nick Williams, the left fielder, sees his first pitch from Kurt Barr in on the outside half of the plate for strike one. Williams a little bit active in that last half inning, having to go all the way to the corner on Mitch Voigt's double. Barr fires. That one's just inside for ball one.
Tough pitch to take there. Right up at the letters, just inside. A lot of guys are going to see that, eyes get wide, but good take there.
Barr deals. That one's hit straight to center. Greg Pace Jr. moving to his left. Easily fields it for out number one.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the middle. Just got under it, but that was some contact that makes you look up and wonder how far is that ball going to carry. Straight away center field, but
ball just started tailing a little bit to right center to Greg Pace Jr.'s left. Randy Seymour, the active third baseman, steps in against Kurt Barr. His first pitch is lined right into center field for a single. Taking a big turnaround first. Eventually the 6'4" third baseman gets on base with a single.
Comes out aggressively, swings at the first pitch, right up the middle. Nice piece of hitting, and that's the first hit of the day.
Benny Casillas and Mitch Voigt shifted a little towards second base. Double play depth here for the infield as Noah Bright, Michigan State's designated hitter, steps in the batter box. Randy Seymour goes. Spear fires. Tag is in time. What a play. What a throw from Matt Spear to Mitch Voigt to get Randy Seymour running. The second out of the inning for the Wolverines.
Great throw there. Great reaction. Gets up quickly. Fires it. A nice job by Voigt to put the tag on.
First pitch was a strike. 0-1 count to No Bright. Barr fires. That one's up. Ball one. 1-1 count. 2 outs. Mitch Voigt, a little pep in his step after getting Randy Seymour stealing. Playing deep once again as Barr's pitch is hit right over Casillas' head. That's going to be another single for Noah Bright. Back-to-back singles for the Spartans. As Colby Turner will throw that in. Relayed over to Mitch Voigt. Eventually back to Kurt Barr.
Just missed with that fastball. Right in the slot where you want it as a batter. And able to make good contact.
Benny Casillas tried to jump for it, unable to. Parco Pico steps in the box. That one looked like a pitch out. Matt Spear came up ready to fire, but that's ball one. No Bright has 0 stolen bases this season. Could have been looking for a bat pick from Spear to Ibarra over at first. Burr turns and fires. Right to Casillas. Flips it over to Voigt at second. Third out of the inning.
Another good inning from Kurt Barr. Gives up 2 hits, but gets some help from his guy behind the dish with a little throw out on a steal attempt, and he's hitting into tough spots to make good contact, and sees it there with a ground out to Casillas. 2 hits given up, no runs through 2.
All of those hits, whether that was to Casillas or over his head or into the outfield, all were pulled by the Spartans batter. So they've timed up Kurt Barr here efficiently in this one, but unable to capitalize.
It's interesting because they're making good contact and looks like they're swinging confidently against Barr, but he's keeping his pitch count relatively low and only 2 hits through the second. If he can keep hitting into outs, he can go a long way. Despite the Spartans might be feeling confident in the dugout right now.
Hope that the Wolverines can make a little noise in the Big Ten to close out this baseball season. It's a good time to be a Michigan Wolverines sports fan. We had the spring game last weekend, saw #1 overall recruit Bryce Underwood play. Michigan basketball continuously landing transfers, should be ranked in the top 8 or so of the preseason AP poll, and rumors that Michigan hockey might get Gavin McKenna as well.
That Michigan hockey team, that's what I'm really excited for next year. And they have the talent and an opportunity to get right back where they belong in the national contention. A bit of an off year compared to typical Michigan hockey standards, but a lot of noise around the off-season moves.
Jeter Ibarra with his 6 home runs in his last 16 games. The lefty will step up to the plate now. Also from the California area, 6'4". Farquhar's first pitch is right down the middle, fired straight back. Knocked the sunglass case off of the perch for a fan here. Might have spilled some water as well.
Tough.
$5 waters here at Ray Fisher Stadium.
Is that true?
Farquhar's second pitch is just jams Ibarra. That's a little flare out of left field. And eventually, Nick Williams will come in, had to call off Dayton Murphy at the last second, but that'll be a fly out for Janie Ibarra to left.
Sometimes you get away with a little bit of a weak contact there, but not that time. Floated a little too long.
That's baseball, right? Benny Casillas and Brain Jeffries hit. Very hard hit balls right to Randy Seymour. Really had no chance of getting a hit. And then Jeter Ibarra gets jammed and flares something out, and that, almost dropped. Farquhar's first pitch for Cole Caruso's popped straight up. Infield's coming in. That'll be Sam Bush. Makes the play easily. Out number 2 for the Spartans.
It can be tough with the skies pretty much straight white.
Yeah.
With the clouds in the sky, that ball went way high. And good job there to track it the whole way through and make the catch. It's a harder play, much more difficult play than it looks.
Yeah, somebody used to play a lot of baseball. When you're in position like that and you're just trying to find it, it's drifting a little bit on you. It's a scary feeling, but Sam Bush made the nice play. Farquhar's first pitch to Jonathan Kim is outside for ball 1. Kim, the DH for the Wolverines here today. Trying to get a Matt Spear on deck. The shin guard's on. Farquhar fires. That one's fouled down the right field line by Kim. 1-1 count, excuse me.
Just rolled over on it. Swung a little too early at the 85-mile-an-hour changeup.
Farquhar winds, deals, fires. Jonathan Kim swings through an off-speed pitch. 1-2 count now to Kim. That was a nasty pitch there from Farquhar.
Yeah. Showing some good stuff from the kid. Only his 4th start.
12-6 there as Farquhar now elects to speed things up. Ooh. That one's outside, ball 2. That one didn't miss by much.
Almost caught the corner there.
Especially with 2 strikes, Kim's got to be careful. 2-2 count now nonetheless. Pitch comes. Kim lines that just foul down the right field line. That was hit extremely hard. Just opened up his hips a little too early. But staying alive.
Slider hung in there, caught a little bit too much of the plate. He hit that well, just foul line drive down the first base line. And he'll step right back in, 2-2 count still. Feeling a little more confident, though.
Yeah, sound that off-speed pitch well. Guessed right. So get the Friends theme song blaring through the speakers during a break. Farquhar now fires to Kim. Kim's jammed. That one's hit right to Randy Seymour. He's going left. Bare hands over. That one's thrown wide. And the catcher, Caleb Berry, has to back up the throw, but Jonathan Kim is safely first on, I believe, what should be scored an error there by Randy Seymour, throwing error.
I agree. He might have made it regardless of the throw, but that should be an error there. And Kim's got some wheels.
Yeah,
He's stolen 5 bases, and when a guy's running down first baseline quickly and you know you got to get it there fast, it makes it that much harder to get that throw in accurately. And they're rushed a little bit, and Kim gets to first safely.
Going to be officially scored as a hit.
Wow.
As Spear takes ball 1. Matt Spear, the catcher. Randy Seymour momentum was taking him to first base, had to kind of fire back. A little bit of an off-platform throw, difficult play to make. You're right, Jonathan Kim might be in and out anyways.
I think that's what they decided, giving him the hit, was he was going to be there regardless of the throw. But it would have been close.
Would have been close. Farquhar's pitch in for strike 1. Jonathan Kim and his 5 stolen bases on the year, 83.3% success rate. Farquhar knows that, fires back over to Bush. Kim slides in safely.
2 outs. We'll see if he decides to go here.
Farquhar focuses on Spear. Jonathan Kim runs. Spear hits one over, and that's going to be exactly where Dayton Murphy was at short, but he had to go over and cover the bag. And Matt Spear on the hit and run there just got something out into left field. And Jonathan Kim makes it all the way third base with Matt Spear staying at first.
That's exactly what you're looking for with a hit and run situation. Perfectly executed by the Wolverines, because the runner makes the infield change where they want to be and where they typically are to field a baseball. That one just floated over the shortstop's head. And like you said, he had to cover second, so he was a little out of position, and that's a base hit. Now runners at the corners, opportunity with 2 outs to get some scoring here.
Greg Pace Jr., the center fielder, stepping in, takes ball 1 inside. I'll never forget what my coach told me. He said, if you're at the plate and I give you the hit and run signal and you don't swing the bat, anything, if it's in the dirt 10 feet over your head, I'm benching you. He said you have to swing the bat no matter what. As Greg Pace foul tips it back into the glove of Caleb Berry for strike 1.
I find the only exception there is if it's in the dirt, because if the runner's going and it's in the dirt, it's going to be a tough play to make for the catcher. But I agree. High, you got to swing.
High, you got to swing. Greg Pace fouls that pitch, up and out play. 1-2 count now as a runner on the corners for him. Jonathan Kim at third. Matt Spear at first. When it executes, a hit and run is just beautiful small ball, beautiful baseball.
Exactly.
That would execute perfectly there by the Wolverines. Just Greg Pace has to protect. That one's outside. Ball 2, very similar to the 0-2 pitch we saw earlier in this inning.
Caleb Berry, nice catch there. He's got to be careful. Loose ball that goes back to the backstop could score Kim.
Farquhar looks back at Spear at first. Not even looking at Kim at third. That one's fired, and Greg Pace rips it down the right field line. Just fair. Kim will score. Spear to third. Greg Pace Jr. going to second. Spear gets held up at third. Took a big turn, but that 2-out rally and that 2-out double by Greg Pace will score Jonathan Kim from third base.
Great piece of hitting there. Drives it down the first base line, and it stays fair. It's an easy double, and Spear doesn't have the wheels that he needs to get from first to home there, but it scores 1, and now 1 more base hit could bring in 2 more with runners on second and third, and back to the top of the order.
That ball just barely fair. Now Benny Casillas and his .411 batting average has 2 runners in scoring position. Takes ball 1 outside. Nice little 2-out rally here from the Wolverines. Jonathan Kim getting on base, Matt Spear following. Then Greg Pace with the big opposite field double. Benny Casillas hits one. That's going to get through the right side of the infield. It's going to score Spear. Greg Pace Jr. flying around third. Comes up firing home. He's going to be safe. And Benny Casillas with a 2-out single.
The most reliable batter on this team comes through in a big moment there. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Drives them both in with the 2 RBI single. Casillas, he's just been outstanding all season long, and continuing it there with a big-time hit. Bring the Wolverines up 3 now.
4 straight 2-out hits for the Wolverines. And that ball by Casillas not hit particularly hard, but hit soft enough where Parker Pico had to come up firing. Caleb Berry had to come off his line just to keep in front of him. Scoring 2 with Braden Jeffries at the plate now. He fouls the first pitch back from Farquhar back. Wolverines leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning at Ray Fisher Stadium.
Crowd now at Ray Fisher getting into it a little bit. Got a good attendance today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Friday, right after school closes.
Ball 1 there from Farquhar. Benny Casillas doing a little dance over by first, trying to get Farquhar to look his way. Farquhar didn't bite.
He's 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts. There he goes.
And that one's fouled out of play by Braden Jeffries, and Benny Casillas will have to reset back to first.
Another hit and run there, maybe.
Possibly. 1-2 count now to the freshman right fielder. 318 on the season. Has 2 triples as well, so has the speed to get around the base path. Mitch Voigt waiting in the on-deck circle. Pitch from Farquhar, inside ball 2. Good take there from Braden Jeffries.
Back-to-back fastballs there. See if he looks to go off speed now. 2-2 count, try and get a swing and a miss.
Farquhar fires back, tries to get Casillas at first. He slides in safely. Sam Bush's tag just a little bit late. Casillas was kind of hopping around there. Farquhar bit on that time. Looks like Michigan's softball team's practice has wrapped up there at the hutch.
I wonder if they head over here and watch the rest of this one. Sometimes they show their support both ways.
Another pick-off attempt. Casillas slides back in safely once again. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 3-0 lead for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the 2nd. Casillas goes. That pitch is low. He'll slide in safely. No throw from Caleb Berry. Officially will go down as a stolen base for Benny Casillas. And a full count now to Braden Jeffries. So you expect Casillas to be running again.
Yep. Base hit will score him.
Braden Jeffries, little wag of the bat. Sees it, swings right through, strike 3. Farquhar gets his 3rd out of the inning finally for the Spartans as Michigan scores 3 that inning with Greg Pace 2-run double, the highlight for the Wolverines.
Good 2-out rally there for the Wolverines. Get all 3 runs with 2 outs, and Casillas with the 2 RBI single. Greg Pace with an RBI double.
May 20th through the 25th is the Big Ten baseball tournament at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska. Both teams certainly expect to get there eventually. But these games are big for both teams, especially in the expanded Big Ten now. First season of the expanded Big Ten for baseball.
12 teams make it right now. Michigan State in 9th place. Michigan tied for 10th with Northwestern, but a series win here for the Wolverines would advance them in front of the Spartans and contend with the seed in front of them, Illinois, who sits with a 10-8 conference record.
And the 4 new Big Ten members, UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon, making up for the top 5 spots.
Yep.
So this is conference realignment in 2025.
Sports like this, baseball, tend to attract more talent out in the coast.
Yes.
And definitely seeing that with the West Coast additions.
Dane Murphy shows bunt on the first pitch, strike 1. Cole Caruso was charging in from third. Jair Barr was staying home at first. Dane Murphy, the 9-hitter, playing shortstop here for the Spartans today. Hasn't really been busy over there. As Barr's second pitch is lined into right field, hit at Braden Jeffries, and that'll be a leadoff single for the 9-hitter, Dane Murphy.
Shows bunt and gets a beauty of a base hit. It's all over that one, and leadoff single. Spartans gonna look to answer after a productive bottom half of the second from Michigan.
That'll turn over the lineup to JT Sokolov. Flew out to right field in his opening at bat. Batting .285 on the season, 15 RBIs. His first pitch is hit to center field, right center. Greg Pace calling off Braden Jeffries, fields it cleanly for the first out of the inning. Dane Murphy trots back to first. No problems for him. That'll bring up Ryan McKay, who walked in his first at-bat, was stranded at first. Batting .336 on the season, though, the sophomore second baseman. Throw from Barr over to Jittery Barr at first. Dane Murphy slides in safely.
He's only got 1 stolen base on the year, so.
Has only attempted 2. Has a decent-sized lead over there. As Barr elects to fire to McKay, and that's going to be in for strike 1. Barr's only thrown 28 pitches here so far in 2 1/3. Barr fires back over Ibarra. Murphy slides in safely once again. Barr fires. That one's lined to McKay at Voigt. Voigt catches it, throws to Ibarra for the double play, and then slides on the dirt. Mitch Voigt turns 2. What a play there.
That's just the athleticism of Mitch Voigt showing it off there. Makes the leap for the line out, and quick throw over to first. Caught Dayton Murphy playing in between there. And a beauty of a double play performed by Mitch Voigt. Gets the crowd up and clapping.
That's a tough one for Ryan McKay, right? Because it's hit so hard here. Really just about 6 steps off the bat. You try to react, but Mitch Voigt just a little bit quicker. As there are a couple of Pistons jerseys out in the crowd here today. Suffered a Game 3 loss last night of the Knicks.
Yep, that sounds more like it. 2-1 series lead for my New York Knicks.
Game that was kind of muddled up there at the end by some interesting refereeing.
Interesting clock management.
That too.
Pistons clock operators tried to keep a minute there at the end.
Pistons only have 1 playoff win since like 2006. But regardless, off tonight, so Michigan State and Michigan fans alike both able to make the drive down to Ray Fisher Stadium. As we head towards the bottom of the 3rd, with Michigan scoring a 3-0 lead here in this one, all 3 runs coming in the 2nd inning. As Caleb Berry throws down to Dayton Murphy at short. And Mitch Voigt just turned that double play, ready to lead off the inning. In the 1st inning, had a double right down the 3rd baseline. 43 RBIs on the season, batting .376. Was on the preseason All-American watch list for a good reason.
Yep.
As he steps in against Farquhar. His first pitch, Mitch Voigt hit right to
Oh.
Dayton Murphy. Dayton Murphy leaps and catches the liner. Mitch Voigt knows he got all of that one, just hit to the wrong part of the ballpark.
It's karma right there. He robbed one to end the inning just a few minutes ago. Made a great leaping catch on a hard hit line drive, and then right there he gets it right back to him. Dayton Murphy makes a great leaping catch on his hard hit line drive, and one down.
Colby Turner steps in, grounded to third in his first at bat in the first inning. The sophomore left fielder. One count now to Colby Turner.
Great off-speed pitch. Was in the zone the whole way, then just dropped down at the ankles right at the end. Got a swing and a miss there.
Farquhar working a little faster now. Colby Turner hits a chopper down the third base line, just foul.
Change up that time. Had similar action to it, just stayed up a little bit, and nice two-strike swing there from Turner to make some contact.
1-2 count to Colby Turner. Farquhar just trying to work fast, throw the Michigan hitters a little bit off of their routine as that pitch is fouled back and out play by Colby Turner. Protects the plate. That sound that they play of a glass breaking.
I don't find it very funny, Perry. Because someone's car just got destroyed. And I know how it feels, and it's almost like they're making fun of it.
Colby Turner lets that pitch go. That's outside. 2-2 count. We used to have a baseball field that I used to play on in middle school. It was 110 baseball field in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and those cars, I think it was like 2 or 3 a game. It was awful. As Colby Turner fouls back the off-speed pitch, protecting the plate well. 2-2 count still. It's a bad spot to be when your windshield breaks like that.
Believe me. It was about probably like the second or third game I ever worked here. And it wasn't fun.
Colby Turner swings through an off-speed pitch there. Strikeout, swinging. For Michigan State's second out of the inning, Farquhar takes a little lap around the mound as Jeter Ibarra about to step to the plate. We've only seen 2 strikeouts here today in this one, both from the Wolverines, one by Jeffries, one by Colby Turner. It's a lot of action. That's good. Something that you don't usually see in today's baseball game. Usually it's home runs, strikeouts, but we've also seen a hit and run as Jeter Ibarra lines his first pitch down the right field line in the Michigan State bullpen, just foul. 0-1 count to Ibarra. Farquhar eventually gets the ball in. Steps back, winds, deals. Inside of Ibarra. Caleb Berry tried to frame it, but the home plate umpire will not budge. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Jerry Ibarra bagged .276 this season. Senior first baseman. That one's lined straight to center field. JT Sokolov will come in, fields it cleanly, and 1-2-3 inning for Farquhar. He needed that one.
Yep, nice inning there from Farquhar. Responds after a tough 2-out rally in the second. Gave up 3 runs and then a quick 1-2-3. Now Kurt Barr looking to keep the donut up on the scoreboard for the Spartans.
Michigan scoring a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th. And what's been a fun game to call thus far. A lot of action. Good weather, not too hot, not too cold. Rain still holding off. Clouds look okay for now. Wind's starting to pick up, though, you can see on the flags at the hutch. Once again, just a great location for a baseball field.
When it's sunny here, which we won't get tonight because of the rain incoming, you get a beautiful sunset right over the Chrysler and the big house, and it's definitely an awesome place here at Ray Fisher. You go to love it the more you come. And
yeah, I brought sunglasses here today, thinking I would need them. My first game, it was sunny, just right in my eyes. The ball went, right above maybe our little window here, and I kind of lost it in the sun. So brought sunglasses, of course, didn't need them here today. This is a little bit of a blessing as a coach and a curse, as Jake Boss Jr. in his 17th season as Michigan State's head coach, facing Michigan once again. Kurt Barr fires to Caleb Berry, the catcher.
Really nice off speed there, just froze him.
And for strike one, 77 mile per hour. Caleb Berry's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right, as that pitch is hit over to right center field, where this area where Greg Pace Jr. has been busy. Makes the play about 10 feet from the warning track, fires into Mitch Voigt. First out of the inning. Hit well, though, by Caleb Berry.
Yeah, Kurt Barr tried to surprise him. Went curveball and fastball right up the gut, and he was ready for it. Just got a little under it, but got some good carry on it, and Greg Pace there to make the play.
Sam Bush steps in to face Kurt Barr once again. That's ball one. Bush grounded out to Mitch Voigt. Mitch Voigt playing similarly deep as he was the last time Bush was up. Barr working fast, fires into Bush. That one's just low. Looked pretty good. Barr certainly liked it. 2-0 count. Kurt Barr going from the traditional windup. Fires into Bush. Bush lines that one, sat on it. Just right of the Michigan State bullpen for another foul ball. That area of the field's been busy here today.
Yep. That Michigan State bullpens had to have their heads on a swivel. A lot of balls fired into that area. Heavy shift playing against a dominantly pull hitter.
Barr fires. That one's outside. Ball 3. 3-1 count now to Sam Bush, the dangerous lefty.
They're hugging that first baseline. A lot of room out on the third baseline.
Yeah, Cole Caruso playing just a little left of where Benny Casillas normally is. As that ball's low and Sam Bush will draw a walk.
Yeah,
One runner on there.
Thought that caught the knees. So did head coach Tracy Smith, but Nathan White says no and awards first base.
Sam Bush draws his one-out walk. Kurt Barr has been relatively efficient, 37 pitches today. As he fires into Nick Bright, that one's strike one. Barr thought a couple pitches that bat should have been strikes. They're both called low. Disagree with not just the last one, but one earlier as well.
Surprising that Kurt Barr has no strikeouts to this point. He's a strikeout pitcher. He's got 60 in 50 innings pitched.
Kurt Barr fires one on the outside half of the plate. Good for strike two. 0-2 count now to Nick Williams, the left fielder.
So rare you see 3 innings, let alone 4, with no strikeouts from Kurt Barr. And
on cue, Barr gets his first strikeout. Gets Nick Williams downswing for the second out of the inning. Well, you called it, Ethan.
Yep. And, when he's pitching his best stuff, he's really hard to hit, and he gets a lot of Ks on the board. Just like, hasn't been able to do that today, but hitting into a lot of outs. But still 0 on the board, and now the first strikeout. See if he can string a few together here. 2 outs.
Randy Seymour up at the plate. Matt Spear tries a back check on ball 1.
Almost
Sam Bush slides in safely. Throw just a little bit off the bag. Randy Seymour singled earlier and then was caught stealing later. Barr fires back to Sam Bush. Towards Sam Bush, I should say, over to Jerry Barr, who's at first. Bush slides in safely. Barr going from the stretch with a runner on. Fires into Seymour. Seymour hits one just over the glove of Benny Casillas. Bush will stop at second as Colby Turner looked ready to fire to Cole Caruso over at third. And runners at first and second now. 2 outs for Noah Bright, the DH.
How about Randy Seymour? 2 for 2 today.
That ball just over the head of Benny Casillas. The glove, excuse me. So Kurt Barr now has to work out really his first jam of the inning. Hasn't had a runner touch second yet today. Sam Bush now at second. Mitch Voigt kind of wants a pickoff attempt. That one's hit right to Mitch Voigt. Fields it cleanly over to Jerry Barr at first. And Kurt Barr didn't want to build much suspense there on that jam. Got well hit. Mitch Voigt got his glove down, fired over to Jerry Barr. And really the shutout continues.
Really nice job there by Mitch Voigt. He was playing right on top of second base. That ball was hit just to the right of him, and he was able to shift to his left while also shifting back a little, give himself a little bit more room to catch the ball on the second hop there. A lot of guys might try and get it on the first hop. A little more, coming in a little hotter, tough to handle when it's right in that area where it's about to hit the turf. And bought himself some time, fielded it cleanly, and
3-0 lead here for the Wolverines as Cole Caruso will lead off the inning. We've got a little Sandlot trivia going on. 2 fans competing down the third base line, trying to race towards the correct answer. Relatively easy trivia if you've seen The Sandlot, if you're familiar with the movie. Nonetheless, keeps the crowd involved.
Killing me, Smalls. Kid's got wheels, though, on the right.
Yeah. Racing about 45 feet or so.
Ooh, a little contact on the start. But
Caleb Berry fires his last warm-up throw down to short. I always like how the warm-up throws from the pitchers get progressively less. Game starts to move a little faster as Cole Caruso, the third baseman, will step in. Clock says still about 10 seconds until the next pitch is supposed to start. Tate Farquhar in his last start against Michigan, .1 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. Has 3 here today. As his first pitch to Cole Caruso is down in the dirt for ball 1. Farquhar continuing to operate quick. His second pitch to Caruso is down in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 count now to Cole Caruso. Farquhar brings the glove up to his face, fires into Caruso. He swings through the off speed. 2-1 count. Caruso just got a little bit fooled there.
Yep.
Caruso hit a sky-high pop-up to Sam Bush over at first in his first at-bat, the senior third baseman. As Caruso chops one down the third base line, just fouled. A relatively older lineup for Michigan. Only one sophomore starting here today, Colby Turner. We've got a couple grad students. Mitch Voigt's the junior. Jonathan Kim also a junior.
Yeah, Braden Jeffries, the youngster.
Yes, that's true. Cole Caruso has to now protect 2-2 count. Farquhar fires. That one's outside and low. Caleb Berry gets his glove down. Payoff pitch forthcoming. Farquhar deals, fires. Cole Caruso fouls another one right down the left field line.
Off-speed pitch. He was early on it. He was swinging for the fences there. Caruso, 9 home runs, leads the team, and he can hit it a long way if he catches a piece. Was looking fastball and got the off-speed, able to poke it foul, though.
Cole Caruso back in the batter's box. Farquhar deals. That one's fouled straight back. Third pitch has been fouled by Cole Caruso this at bat.
There's the fastball.
Making Farquhar work for it. Farquhar deals again. Cole Caruso, another pitch, fouled back. Stop me if you've heard it before, Ethan, but 3-2 count still, 0 outs.
Very frustrating as a pitcher.
Absolutely. Good at bat here from Cole Caruso. As the next pitch fouled off again. That one dangerous, headed towards the cars. Looks like it avoids most of them. Hits the bumper of a Mazda CX-5, but relatively good considering what the potential outcome could be. Cole Caruso again facing Tate Farquhar's full count pitch. That one he swings through for strike 3. But nonetheless, great at bat there from Cole Caruso.
Got a bunch of fastballs in a row, and then the curveball down in the dirt fooled them. Jonathan Kim scored the first run of the game.
Based with that chopper infield single. As that pitch hit Jonathan Kim right, looked like on the knee, and he'll get on base for the second time today. That'll bring up Matt Spear. This is exactly where the rally started for the Wolverines in the second inning. Kim, Spear, Pace. Bottom 3 in the order. And that's very dangerous for a team, right? When the bottom half of the order, bottom 3 in the order, are getting on base consistently, scoring runs.
Yep.
Takes the pressure off the top of the order as well.
And it's only a matter of time before that top of the order starts producing, and then you've got a lot of issues.
Farquhar fires to Spear. Spear hits a single. That one will get down right in front of Parco Pico. That one carried a lot more than initially appeared to do, but Parco Pico kind of was in and then was out. Jonathan Kim was caught between first and second for a little bit, but Spear has his second single here today. Greg Pace Jr. with his double down the right field line, 2 RBIs, has the same 2 guys on base. Kim and Spear in the same 2 spots. Only difference, there's 2 outs in that second inning with just 1 out now.
Kim was on third, actually. Not
That's
to
correct.
correct you, but
That was correct. That was the hit and run.
yep.
Farquhar fires to Greg Pace. Flares 1 out to right. He's going to carry foul into the bullpen. That's where Pace is kind of just begging it to get out of play. Pico and Sam Bush both heading that direction.
The 7-8-9 in this Michigan lineup really performing well, and Greg Pace looking to keep him perfect here.
Farquhar gives a long look down to Kim at second. Greg Pace chops 1 foul. Rare you see a pickoff attempt at second base. And there's a beam making its ways into a couple of these open windows here. Been in, looks to be the radio, also with the Big Ten Plus. Going in and out. As Farquhar deals to Greg Pace. He hits a deep shot at right field. That one's carrying Parco Pico back at the wall. And that's a 3-run shot for Greg Pace Jr. He has 5 RBIs here today as he will enjoy his home run trot all the way home. Really solid production for Michigan out of the 9 spot in the order.
Great piece of hitting. That one carried a long way over the right field fence. And how about that 7-8-9? None of them have failed to get on base, and Greg Pace with a RBI double and then a 3-run shot.
Have all 6 runs scored between the 3 of them. As Benny Casillas, the top of the order, will now step in. He had an RBI single his last time up, which scored Greg Pace Jr. Greg Pace Jr. elected to score himself this at-bat. First pitch from Farquhar is outside. Second pitch. Big leg kick, and Benny Casillas just fouls that one right. Now play.
Yeah, Casillas was able to pick up a 2 RBI single in his last at-bat and was hoping for another RBI opportunity there before Greg Pace wiped that away from him by clearing the bases.
6-0 lead for the Wolverines. 1-1 count to Benny Casillas. He'll see the pitch. He'll foul that one back. Had a couple people flinching in the crowd, even with the protective netting. Casillas now has to protect. Farquhar is getting ready to fire. Casillas, great piece of hitting out to right field. Unfortunately, right at Parco Pico for another lineup, but took the ball in the outer half of the plate, went the other way. Fortunately, he had a busy Parco Pico this inning. Sprain Jeffries, the freshman, 0-2 today, with a line out of third and a strikeout in the second inning. Steps in to take his third crack at Farquhar. Shore's bump, pulls it back, doesn't matter. Strike one. Jeffries sees the second pitch, lets it go. Outside, ball one. 1-1 count now to the freshman. Farquhar fires, that's inside, hit Jeffries on the back. Second hit batter here this inning for Tate Farquhar.
Starting to lose his control a little bit. That's his second hit batter of the inning and already given up 3. Wouldn't be surprised as here comes a visit from his fellow teammates, and wouldn't be surprised if some arms get going in the bullpen.
You can't really see if anybody's up there. Oh,
someone is.
Someone's up there.
Can just see him over that little wall there. So we'll see how long they wait until they change dealers here.
That brings up Mitch Voigt. Double in the first inning. Lined out to the shortstop, Dayton Murphy in the third, excuse me. Has now Braden Jeffries on first base and a 6-0 lead for the Wolverines. Farquhar fires. That was in for strike one, off speed. Voigt elected to take it. Trying to add his 43 RBIs this season. Farquhar fires, that one's up. Caleb Berry thought about looking at back pick. Over to try and get Jeffries at first, elected not to.
That one was way high, up at the helmet.
1-1 count to Voigt. Voigt swings and misses. Strike two. 1-2 count. Another off-speed pitch that Farquhar's thrown him, just trying not to give him a fastball that he can turn on.
That one was perfectly located on the outside low corner.
Farquhar throws. Braden Jeffries was running. Voigt fortunately fouled that one back. Michigan saying a lot of guys not afraid to run on Caleb Berry here today. Count stays 1-2. Voigt, just a slight wag of the bat. Heavy shift on for him. That one's inside. Voigt goes down looking. Just caught the inside half of the plate. Voigt isn't really happy about that call. Takes a long walk back to the bench. But Michigan plays through that inning, extending their lead to 6-0.
Greg Pace Jr., his 4th home run on the year, his 4th RBI on the day. Came in today with 13 RBIs and
providing Kurt Barr the necessary run support. As the crowd now singing the Lion King. We've gone from the Sandlot to the Lion King here.
We've had some friends. We do a great job here at Ray Fisher keeping people in attendance occupied and having fun the whole way. And Kurt Barr enters this 5th inning, 43 pitches. So he's keeping his pitch count relatively low, and 1 K, 2 walks, 4 hits, no runs. So he'll look to keep that up here in the top 5.
Very good outing here from Barr thus far.
He's got the 8-9-1 due up.
That would be Pico, Murphy, and Sokolov. As we said earlier, a lot of families in attendance. One of the greater Disney films, Lion King. As my English teacher in high school liked to remind me, based on Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Lion King's great.
Great.
The old one, though.
Yes. Yeah, Disney just trying to do some remakes, running out of ideas. As Barr's first pitch to Pico's on the outer half of the plate for strike 1.
I love the new movies they come out with. I think are quite good. The remakes just don't live up to what they.
Pico swings through the second pitch for strike 2. Well, I generally agree.
Big inside-out fan here over here.
That pitch is high for ball 1. That actually went off of Spears' helmet. Yeah, the new ones haven't been that bad. Inside Out 2 wasn't bad. I never saw Soul. I heard it was pretty good.
Soul was good. I like that one.
As Barr fires once again at Pico. Pico hits a grounder through the 6-hole right in between Casillas and Caruso over at short and third respectively. That's a leadoff base hit for Pico.
Perfectly drilled right into the gap there in the infield. And nice piece of hitting. Start off top of the 5th. Michigan State, we're going to need some runs here.
Dayton Murphy singled in his first at-bat. Has now a runner on. Bunts from Dayton Murphy hit right to Caruso. Caruso fields it clean over to Ibarra, but does successfully move the runner over. Good bunt there from Dayton Murphy.
In his last at-bat, he looked to bunt on the first pitch, and then on the second one, ripped one for a single into right field. So he still elects to bunt there. I guess that's what he's probably being told to do, and executed well there to move the runner over. But it was a nice piece of hitting on his last at-bat. I like to see him swing the bat a little bit.
JT Sokolov now the leadoff hitter for the Spartans with a runner in scoring position. Takes strike 1 right down Broadway. I agree, right? There's 2 sides to that coin. It's your 9-hitter. You can get runner in scoring position for your top of the order hitters. But on the other hand, he just got hit in his last at-bat. Pretty solid piece of hitting. It's a tough decision for Jake Boss Jr., the Spartans manager, as JT Sokolov shows bunt, strike 2.
I don't get showing bunt there because advancing him to third you'd have 2 outs, which doesn't really help you that much. And you're down 6 runs right now. You know, right now, 1 run, while you'd like to get 0 off the board, doesn't do a lot for you.
Agreed, and Sokolov fires the 0-2 pitch down the right field line, just foul.
I think once you go down this many runs, you need every player in the lineup. You're just looking for him to get on base and get some good hits strung together. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of bunting to advance a runner when you're down that much.
Barr's pitch just high. Ball 1, 1-2 count now to JT Sokolov.
When you're down 1 or 2,
yes,
it makes a lot more sense. That run's very valuable. But down 6 in the 5th, you need some runs put up, and 1 isn't really enough.
Barr's pitch is lined over Mitch Voigt's head to right field. They will send him home. And that will be a run scored for Parco Pico. Now the bunt looks good. As JT Sokolov singles just over Mitch Voigt's head. Rain Jeffries just couldn't get the ball in time. Pico was running hard the whole way. But I generally agree with your point. You know, you've got plenty of time. It's top of the fifth. Now it was 6-0. Now it's 6-1. You know, just get guys on base.
Well, because theoretically, if he were to get a hit instead of bunting there, you could still have no outs in a big inning.
Mm-hmm.
But they did score the run, so I guess it worked.
Well executed small ball there.
Yeah.
With the decision in play. But that's ball one to Ryan McKay, who has a runner on first. Pickoff attempt from Barr thrown over to Ibarra.
And I get it, it's a freshman. He's in the 9 slot. He's not he's batting their worst average of anyone in the lineup. But a base hit in his last at bat, and if he's seeing the ball well, I don't see why you don't. But I digress. That was a few plays ago, and you move on.
1-0 count to Ryan McKay. Barr fires. That one's low, 2-0 count now. One ground ball, though, and that can end the inning for Kurt Barr and the Wolverines, only having given up a run. Barr fires back towards Ibarra at first. Sokolov slides in safely. Sun's starting to set here at Ray Fisher Stadium as Barr fires. Ryan McKay. It's a high fly ball over towards Kirby Turner in left. Makes the play easily. And JT Sokolov just has to trot back to first base. Nothing he can do there. But Colby Turner with the second out of the inning.
Nice pitch there from Kurt Barr, and routine fly ball is the result of it.
And now you can potentially see some of the weather coming in.
Yeah, some dark, dark clouds looming over Michigan Stadium.
Had a beautiful, really, 3 or 4 days here in Ann Arbor. As Barr fires to Caleb Berry, Cole Caruso fires it over to Mitch Voigt for the third out of the inning. A little 5-4 ground out for Caleb Berry, and Kurt Barr gets out of it, only having allowed a run and 2 hits.
Yep. The scoreless outing gets destroyed there, but from Kurt Barr, but still some good pitching and a good performance. I don't know how long they're going to keep him out there. He's gone through 5 already, given up 6 hits, 1 run, but has done a great job with runners on. Only giving up that 1 hit, which scored the run. And
now the question for the Spartans is, will they bring in a reliever? And they elect to do so. That is the senior Zach Maxey. So they got 4 innings out of Tate Farquhar. And now the righty, Zach Macy, will step up. Some more Sandlot trivia here in the middle of the 5th. So we're about halfway through this one, in an hour and 15. And that's what the schedulers wanted, right? They want to get done with this quick as these kind of clouds just continue to approach.
Yeah, you can feel the wind start to blow in a little bit, and you can feel a storm coming. But Zach Maxey, graduate student. He's pitched 25 innings, given up 22 hits, 13 earned runs, 26 strikeouts, and ERA of 4.68, 3-0 record. He'll look to come in and hold this Michigan lead at 5.
He will face Colby Turner, the left fielder here for the Wolverines. after Mitch Voigt struck out looking to end the bottom of the fourth. Sherwin Moore was here. I think he has since departed. After the end of spring camp for the Michigan Wolverines football team. Colby Turner has ground out of 3 and struck out swinging here in this one. Will be the first batter to face Zach Macy here today. Macy going with the over-the-head windup, pours in strike 1. Jeter Ibarra on deck, Cole Caruso in the hole. Macy turns, fires. That one's flared out to right field by Turner. That one's just going to keep carrying all the way into the Michigan State bullpen for a foul ball. And now an 0-2 count to the sophomore left fielder who's batting .239 this season. Decent amount of away fans here as well. Michigan State fans making the hour 15, hour and a half trek down here. As Macy fires just outside, trying to get Colby Turner to chase. That would be ball 1.
Starting to get darker. Lights are on already. It's early for the lights to be on this time of year. 5:19 is the local time.
Very concerning as Colby Turner chops the pitch down the third base line. Randy Seymour can't field it cleanly. That'll be the first error of the game for either side as Colby Turner reaches first base there.
That looked like I mean, it was bouncing, but it looked like a relatively routine play to make at third base. Just maybe lifted his head and looked over at first to see the throw he had to make before the ball was in his glove. And got to make sure you field that ball first before you look to throw. And an error there.
Yeah, Randy Seymour charging on that one. Took 2 big bounces and just couldn't come up with that one. As that brings Jeter Ibarra up to the plate, who takes the first pitch he sees for ball 1. Colby Turner has 1 stolen base this season in 1 attempt. Some quick math tells you that's a 100% success rate for Colby Turner on stolen bases. As Jeter Ibarra lets pitch 2 go in the dirt, ball 2. Killeberry has to throw his mask off as he blocked that. Kicked out in front of him.
It says on my computer here that thunderstorms expected to start within the next half hour.
Zach Macy, third pitch of the at-bat, down low. 3-0 count now to Jeter Ibarra. That's certainly concerning. Yeah, the wind
so
is
they will call it if there's thunder and lightning in the general area. As it looks like
as Jeter Ibarra flares the 3-0 pitch out to right field for Pargo Pico. That will be caught. As Colby Turner trots back to first base.
Looks like there might be some rain falling as people are looking to head for shelter right now. I wouldn't be surprised if very soon they bring the teams in.
Most people in the press box electing to keep their windows open. But as you said, the crowd's slowly spilling out here. I don't see any rain, but I'm not down there. As Cole Caruso steps in with Colby Turner on first. Macy's pitch. Driven to Dayton Murphy at short. Flips over to second and over to first for the double play. The 6-4-3 double play for the Spartans will get them out of the inning. And now we'll see if the Wolverines trot onto the field or if they will head to the bench. Kurt Barr trotting out there for the Wolverines, so looks like we will see something.
Looks like the defense is coming out.
So we will continue on here at Ray Fisher Stadium through the elements. as Sam Bush, the lefty first baseman, will be the first guy up for the Spartans. Unless they elect for a pinch hitter here.
We'll see what they decide to do, because both these teams will be here all weekend. So theoretically they could, if this were to end soon, looks like the rain is supposed to stay for quite some time.
Yeah, you've got
so
a
if
big
they
cloud right
suspend
here.
the game, they could resume from this point tomorrow and then play like a half doubleheader.
Yeah.
But it also is enough innings, I believe, where they could call it a complete game.
I believe that's correct.
I think it's 5 full innings is the rule, and then they can call it a complete game and end it 6-1 Michigan.
I know it's 5 innings in Major League Baseball. I would assume
Yes,
it's
and
the
I would
same
assume
here.
it's the same. I've been trying to search for it, but haven't been getting the result I'm looking for here. But I believe they have the option to, but I would be surprised, because if the teams are here, you would think they take the option and play again. Usually that suspended is the last game of a series where it could cause some scheduling issues, but you never know
You never know.
what the umpire availability is, what they can get the stadium ready for. You know, a lot goes into hosting a baseball game here, and so we'll see. But right now we're still playing baseball. It's the top of the 6th, and while a lot of the crowd has dispersed,
Sam Bush takes the first pitch for ball 1 down in the dirt. He's grounded out of void today and gone on base with a walk. The wind has certainly picked up, though. That's undebatable.
and the temperature has dropped significantly.
Asbar fires in for strike 1 there. 1-1 count now.
I just hope they make a decision quickly, so we're not sitting here waiting for what's going to happen.
Kurt Barr's pitch to Sam Bush is flared out to left field. Colby Turner under it makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Well hit there. Just not enough power behind it.
It's Nick Williams, who has flied out to center field and struck out today, up at the plate now. And if they don't make a decision quickly, I'd assume that we would have to.
We've got papers flying here in the booth.
Kurt Barr's first pitch fouled back by Nick Williams, but maybe we can entertain you guys during the delay with some more movie talk, if need be. As
Host
we have
our own
brought the
little
window
DSR.
down. We have officially brought the window down as Kurt Barr fires that pitch outside for ball 1, 1-1 count.
We've got it cracked open just so we can get that in-game microphone still to you guys. But hopefully that mitigates the wind we're experiencing.
Kurt Barr fires his pitch. Nick Williams over to Benny Casillas. Fires, throws to Jeter Ibarra for the second out of the inning. Nice 6-3 play there by Benny Casillas, who's been rock solid over at short today. The entire Michigan defense really has been rock solid today. As you can kind of see that American flag out in left center
Yeah, it's
moving
move.
at half mast. I'd assume it's half mast for the.
Yeah, that was,
Definitely
I didn't
Pope.
want to. I think that's for the Pope, right?
I would assume so.
I don't want to,
I don't want to
overstep it.
speculate.
Yeah, exactly.
Barr's pitch over to Randy Seymour's foul, back up and out play. No, if you're a 9, 10-year-old and you're getting bored of the game, you can just go back there, just 3 or 4 foul balls. There's enough kids on Fairfield. I'm sure there's some behind us that we can't see as Barr's second pitch is on the outer half of
Nice
the plate for
pitch.
strike 2.
Just caught the corner there. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Kurt Barr dealing once again in this top of the 6th.
Barr winds up, fires. That one's low. Matt Spirit kind of come up. I believe it went off like the knee of his shin pad.
Yeah,
For ball
curveball
1.
just bounced right before the plate.
1-2 count now. Enough fans still electing to stay. Some students, it appears, are making their way out. As Bar winds, deals, fires. Swung and a miss. Foul tip back, actually. Excuse me. Randy Seymour stays alive. 1-2 count, 2 outs. He's 2 for 2 today. 2 singles. Does have that error in the bottom of the 5th, though, at third. Spar fires. Seymour check swing. There you go. They say no. Kurt Barr's down in a crouch position. He certainly thought he did. Counts now 2-2.
Shane Cannon over there at first base. Didn't think so, but that keeps the inning alive.
6-1 lead now for the Wolverines. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. Bar fires 2. Seymour, that one's low, full count.
He's trying to get him to swing and miss with that curveball in the dirt. Hasn't been able to do it, but now 3-2, 2 outs, no one on. Should feel pretty safe to pitch aggressively here.
Bar, big leg kick. Fires in, strike 3 to Randy Seymour.
There it is.
Michigan gets out of the top of the 6th. Only his 2nd strikeout today, his first backwards K. As we now have a race brewing. I believe it's pole to pole. Starting from the left field pole. Beat the Beast race. They have somebody dressed up in a costume. Zach Macy will come back out for the Spartans to face that dangerous Kim Spear, Pace Jr. due up.
Someone from the Michigan staff talking with 2 of the umpires. Looks like they're showing them the radar and what they've got weather-wise. And I don't think we have anything yet. Oh, nope. They're going to motion and call them in.
They're going to bring the Spartans defense off the field.
Are they going to bring the racers off the field too?
The race has just concluded. They have, in fact, beaten the Beast. And now we're in the holding pattern as we kind of projected here. Michigan heads back to the locker room. I am not entirely sure how this will play out in terms of when we will know, when other people up here in the press box will know. But for now, the game has been suspended in the middle of the 6th inning. Sorry for the pause. We're just waiting on an announcement here from the PA announcer.
It's a little muffled for us, so I can't imagine you guys can hear the PA announcer from the pickup of our microphone, but it's saying that there is lightning in the
I heard lightning in the vicinity. That's definitely what I can make out.
Yep, and it looks like I think they're going to call it.
That's what it appears to be gone here. As we are getting motion that it actually has not been called yet, as our Big Ten Plus WCBN dual employee Owen Crane has motioned to us that he is unsure as to what is going on. So we will remain here for the time being, as this game has been suspended for now in the middle of the 6th with a 6-1 lead for the Wolverines over the Spartans. As we are now talking to the student managers to our left, attempting to figure out And Ethan Sommers, do you have an update for us from our inside sources here at WCBN Sports?
I do. Inside sources here say that it's going to be at least a 20-minute delay. They haven't decided yet officially if this game is going to be suspended until tomorrow. However, it looks like it probably will be. There's rain, there's thunderstorms supposed to be for the next hour at least. So I think the best course of action is to assume that this one's going to end here and go tomorrow. But we'll stick around for a little bit. We're going to take a break.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes with hopefully we have an update for you guys, and then we'll kind of just continue repeatedly checking in. But for now, lightning has struck near the stadium. This is per the Jumbotron out in right field.
Please evacuate.
So they've evacuated the stadium. They've gotten everybody off the field, so that solves that problem. People are currently walking in their cars. Lightning has struck. It must be behind us because I haven't seen anything.
Yep.
For now, this game has been suspended. 6-1 in the middle of the 6th inning with Jonathan Kim set to bat. So we will, I guess, just kind of check in repeatedly with updates. But for now, a 6-1 lead for the Wolverines in a suspended game in the middle of the 6th inning. We will be back at 5:40, let's call in 5 minutes to see if we have any other updates. I'd assume that if it starts pouring in the next 5 minutes, they would cancel this. But until then, we will stay on the call for you guys. All right, everyone. So we are back with an update regarding the weather delay. So currently, or as of 6 minutes ago or so,
Yep.
the managers, Jake Boss and Tracy Smith, were deciding whether or not to continue this game since we've been in a delay. We have seen. Do you have an update?
Yeah, I've got some
insider
breaking news. Ethan Sommers breaking news here. We're in a delay right now. If the game is to get replayed, it will be at least an hour and a half to 2 hours, which obviously us here, student broadcasters, are not going to do that and sit here and wait for a game that probably about 90% chance will not be played any longer today. So we're going to end the broadcast right here. It was a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. If so, the two options are playing tonight, which is highly unlikely, as Ethan
It
said.
would be about 2 hours from now if they were to play tonight.
If they, now it's pouring. If they play tomorrow, I'm guessing we will be back on.
I don't know, because it gets interesting, because if they move it to a technical doubleheader tomorrow and resume from the spot played, both games would then be 7 innings long due to the doubleheader rule, and right now we're in the bottom of the 6th. So would they play an extra inning just to cut the other game short? I don't know. Will they just call the game here at 6-1 because the minimum inning rule has been reached? I don't know. But those are kind of the options we're faced with right now. We'll know more, and for those listening that are wondering, I would refresh your X apps for more updates. At UMich Baseball is where they say you can find updates at UMich Baseball on the X app, formerly known as Twitter. And
I would assume
there's some rain falling now, and
yeah, that's thunder. Yeah, this game will not be played tonight.
Is what we're gonna guess. And
yeah, that's true.
If they play tomorrow, a doubleheader, 1 inning, and then play the other game 7 innings, that would be an interesting choice. If I were to take a gander at this one, I would say that they're going to call this game 6-1. Michigan wins through 6 or 5.5 innings, and then play a full 9 innings tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But that's just my guess. Who knows what they're going to decide to do here. Once again, check at UMich Baseball on X for more updates and to stay tuned in on what's going to happen here. But we'll call it here.
We will call tomorrow's game as scheduled to be played. I believe it's either at 2 or 4 p.m. I would check the schedule again. But for now, for Ethan Sommers, I'm Perry Mourtzinos. Thank you guys for tuning in to this this shortened games broadcast. Michigan currently leading 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning in a weather delay, possibly a game that's going to be cut short. But thank you. Good night, and go blue.